What's up, everybody? It's Chris from Grounded Beef. So I'm getting ready for the turkeys, and I thought I'm putting the tarp on. I thought I would explain our process of doing the turkeys. And maybe we'll get some help from the cows. We'll see how that goes. When we get turkeys, we obviously order them in the winter, and then we get them delivered usually in July. Then they're shipped to us. They're usually about 2 days old. Usually the hatch date is on a Monday. They get to us by a Wednesday. That's usually how it works. Then we take them out of the box and we put them in our brooder house. And usually we order like 60 birds. And then we usually leave them in there till about 8 weeks, depending on the weather. But the weather is going to be really nice this week, and they've been in there probably 7 or 8 weeks. They're overdue. Like, they need to come out of there. So just getting this ready. We rotate them about every 3 or 4 days, maybe once a week. It depends on how much they eat down the grass. And then I have 2 nets, 2 electric nets. So I net one in front of it so the cows can't get into it. And then the grass will grow in there. And then they move to fresh grass. This isn't working out like I had planned. Looks like we got a helper. What's up, girl? How you doing? So usually we get 1 tarp per year. Sometimes I've had 1 tarp for 2 years, but usually by the time Thanksgiving comes, they get pretty beat up. Oh, are you kidding me? Now for feed, we feed them, so I start with a 28% feed, non-GMO, for about, I don't know, for maybe 3 weeks, and then we go to a 24%. I'll add in some corn, like whole corn, instead of like grit, because the turkeys use a lot of grit, and it really helps. It doesn't cut down the feed too much. Everybody says, or a lot of people say, you can cut down your feed, and I don't know, I don't see much difference. They're pretty hardy once they get out here. They get acclimated to the weather. Sometimes if we get a really bad rain, or we get some snow, like in November, sometimes I'll have to bring out another tarp, but for the most part I don't ever have to do that. Thought I'd show you some of the girls. How you doing, girls? I don't know if you guys can see, there's a little pipsqueak down there. Little black and white calf. It's doing really well, actually. So once we bring them out here, like I come out once a day, fill their water, and we got away from waterers. Like, when they get bigger, they just make such a mess. So, you know, I just found that I take either a few 5-gallon pails, because once they get tall enough, they can just drink out of the 5-gallon pail. Like, they're tall enough to do that. Or I have some 55-gallon drums that I've cut the bottom off of, and I throw them out. They stand in it, but it's all right. I wash them out every night. And so, like, once they get out here, they're pretty easy. I don't even have feeders anymore. For them, I take a 50-pound bag of feed. I just take the bag and throw it on the ground, and I cut the top out so the feed sits on the bag that sits on the ground, so the feed's never really touching the ground. And then they eat the bag, and then when the bag's gone the next day or two, I just pick the bag up and put another bag down. I do the same thing with the grit, like leave the grit right in the bag and just feed it as they need the grit. They pick it out of the bag, and once that's gone, I pick the bag up and put a new bag of grit down. Like, it's super easy. A great side hustle. We're gonna try to process them ourselves this year. That's the first time we've done that. I process chickens here, but we usually send them off to get processed. And we have the stuff here. I gotta make some new cones, and we're just gonna do it here. So hope that helps somebody. Like, I hope you enjoyed hanging out with me on a Sunday night. I will tell you that the Airbnb people love these cows. Like, oh my goodness, they love them. They enjoy watching them, and it's cool because we're gonna put a book in the camper that explains the breed of cows we have, which are white-faced Herefords, and we're gonna explain, you know, how we went from Angus to black to white-faced Herefords. So with that, I hope you all have a good night. Get to know a farmer, and I will talk to you on the next one.